When we get to the differences down, your hand is up.
Not yes, ma'am.
This thing. I can't see your hand, but if your hand is up, can you talk?
Yes, ma. Good morning, ma. Ma, we are having difficulties of hearing you. I don't know whether it's from my end.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm hearing you clearly. Are you hearing me?
I am hearing you, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well here.
You who you are saying okay. You are having challenge. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, ma'am. Hearing you now very well.
So it means it's network.
It's network on your side. It's their network that is not good. Let them change
so please be patient. You check your network. Most people don't have that problem.
Network.
So the social development looks at improving the overall well-being of individual and society, ensuring that the best of their potential is affected. Their full potential, they reach their full potential of doing what is in them. You may have giftings or abilities that may be lying dormant, that you may need support to bring it out. But this is just for the present need, present time. We will look at that further. Now, on the next slide, what social development involves? Social development involves improving well-being, improving the well-being. So when we talk of improving well-being, what are we looking at? Improving of well-being. What does it entail?
It entails improving the standard of living of the people.
Standard of living in what ways?
Providing social amenities, providing healthcare centers, providing.
When you say social, good. When you say social amenities, I will still ask what kind of social amenities. So you need to break it down, right?
Providing
like
water,
water supply, road, electricity, school,
provision of water,
roads,
electricity,
education,
provision
of hospitals, looking into their psychological
healthcare.
Yes.
That is it. So you'll be noting all these things down. You see, my slides are for discussion. I don't write notes. So we discuss along. Your notes will be put on your WhatsApp group at the end of the day. So social development under improving well-being has to do with it aims to enhance the quality of life for individuals by providing their physical, mental, and emotional health, as well as their overall well-being. So those are just the indices of well-being you have mentioned. So what about investing in people? Social development involves investing in people. When we are investing in people, in what areas? Or how do we invest in people?
Giving them quality education.
Giving them quality education. Do you see that these are interwoven? You mentioned education in improving the well-being. Improving the well-being, yes, you know that you need to give them education. Or am I really investing in giving that education? It's not verbal, it's something that has actions. And there should be a template for it. So in education, yes.
Giving them quality health.
Investing in quality health. Yes, investing in health. Yes. Yes. What about employment opportunities? Pardon?
Job opportunity. Jobs opportunity.
Yes, job opportunities. When you are giving somebody job opportunity, you are investing in that person. Yes.
Question of
You identify talents. You
Please
identify
mute your phones.
talents
Those of
and
you talking
also
at the background. The network is giving us problem. Hello, can someone hear me?
Yes,
We can
very
hear
well.
you.
I hear you, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
We can hear
All
you,
right.
but we cannot hear you.
Okay. So we have spoken about the areas of how we can invest: education, healthcare. Somebody said something else. I didn't hear the other things.
Acquisition.
No, creation of jobs.
Creation of job. Yes. What
it talks
again?
about you identify talents and then you help them to build them.
That is still education, isn't it?
Empowerment and training.
And training, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. That's okay. That's right. So I hope we are following.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
You are the very ones answering these questions. So I know it will be easier when you have a class in that manner. It sticks better. You are the ones itemize. I hope you have your notes where you are jotting.
We do, ma.
All right. Okay. Social development also involves removing barriers. What kind of barriers that can be removed to bring about social development? What kind of
removing barrier? Obstacles that can hinder development. I think
and
that is
what
the
are
barrier.
they?
Could be gender
What are they?
inequality, corruption.
Right.
Insecurity.
Yes. Yes.
Unfavorable government policy. Bridging the
Insecurity.
gap between the poor and the rich by expanding amenities to all the citizenry.
Yes. Yes, that is it. In fact, you know, the World Bank project which we are part of, which is also the IPES you are taking an MSC course, is all about addressing inequality. Inequalities that will not bring out the best of the potentials of a human being. Whether you are, there should be no room to keep others marginalized or based on sex. You are a female, therefore you cannot be permitted to do this or that, you know, that could improve your well-being. World Bank is against this, and it's actually for the women, in case any of us is biased when we are talking of inequality. Please mute your phone. Who is there? We can hear your children talking. So it's focused on women because women are the more vulnerable groups. And when women are sublimed, a country or a community can never be at its best. It can never be at its full potential because the quota of the woman that is neglected, something is being deprived of the community from, you know. So that issue of inequality, equity is paramount, is the #1 barrier. And then nobody should be marginalized for whatsoever. Even the crippled, the disabled should be carried along. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So social development focuses on addressing systematic inequalities and bias that hinder individuals from reaching their full potential. All right. The next point we have there is fostering self-sufficiency as a key aspect of social development. What do you think this entails? Fostering self-sufficiency. Who can give us an answer to that?
I think it has to do with empowerment of
Yes. 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 Fine. I can't hear the other person.
I say you can be self-employed.
Self-sufficiency. Yeah, self-employed. That is when you are empowered. You are empowered to be self-employed, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It could also be seen as making do with what is available, as in maximizing what is available per time to improve
Within
on whatever it
yourself.
is.
You see, self is there within yourself, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Ma,
Within yourself
when
or within the community.
when you are not lacking or you are contented.
Yes. Self-sufficiency. Yes. Development aims at that we should be self-sufficient. We should not be lacking. We should be all encompassing if possible. So under that, it encourages individuals to develop the skills and resources needed to be self-reliant. The point you made there, to be self-reliant and contribute to their communities. You should be so self-sufficient that you can also be a help or be an empowerment to another person. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Social development also entails building strong communities. Building strong communities. What does this mean? Hello?
Hi.
Social development involves
That
building
is
strong communities.
building strong communities, preparing programs and preparators program that we prepare people in the community to construct, that is by constructing industries.
Okay.
My own thinking though.
Building strong communities by through programs that will enable them do things by themselves, isn't it?
It is, ma'am.
Okay. I think my own opinion is
that is one of that is part of it.
Okay.
It
It could
has to
also
do
be
with identifying the needs of the communities and then profiling solutions to them.
It also it's also involving the community people in the project.
That's right.
okay, and also
That's
it
right.
involves creating a sense of purpose, like purpose, support, making it visible for them to belong, having a sense of belonging in their circle.
That's right. That person
Community
that said
empowerment.
Yes,
With
that person
maybe knowledge, incentives, and
unite the community to work as a team.
Yes, to community to work as a team, cohesion. Yes, the two valid points I've gotten from all of you that have spoken is the teamwork, getting them to work as a team, hold on, and then permitting them to be part of the planning of whatever is being done. When people own something, they protect it better than when they don't own it.
Exactly.
Somebody else wanted to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to talk about the support and for them to have connection, to have support of themselves so that they focus on themselves, have connection to protect what they have, and also
All
help
right.
others help.
Okay, your network is breaking anyway. I couldn't hear you very well. So other building strong communities. This involves fostering social cohesion, that teamwork that one of the participants raised. This involves fostering social cohesion, promoting inclusivity. Inclusivity means nobody should be sublimed for whatever reason, isn't it? Enhancing, promoting inclusivity. I know this is not new to you. You have heard it from Dr. Abba again and again, isn't it?
It is.
Are others not there?
We're here.
We're here.
Yeah.
We can hear you, ma'am.
Promoting inclusivity under building strong communities. Nobody should be ignored. Everybody should be made to have a sense of belonging. It will build a stronger community. And ensuring that all members of a society have a voice and a say in decisions that affect them. The other point my participant made, that permitting them to be part of the planning or whatever project that is being done. So that is the point on social development. It brings social development to reality. Otherwise, if you bring what the people don't need, they will push it aside, even though it is important for them, but they don't know it, or maybe you didn't acknowledge them sufficiently. You didn't allow them have a place. They might still frustrate that development that is meant for their good. All right. The next point here is social development involves ensuring equitable access. Equitable access. I know this is very simple. What does this mean?
This means that making sure that regardless of someone's background or circumstances, they have the opportunity to benefit the resources and the services.
Yes, yes, that's right. That is just it. That is just it. Social development aims to ensure that all individuals have equal access to opportunities and
to the
resources, regardless of their background or circumstances. So that is taken, isn't it?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
I come again. Noise came from my background. I said social development aims to ensure that all individuals have equal access to opportunities and resources, regardless of their background or circumstances. Thank you. So can we go to the next slide?
Yes.
Yes.
So before we go to the next slide, as I teach, I assess my students. What did we say was social development? What did we say? Let me see this, my participants, and call on somebody.
We said that social development is all about improving well-being.
Hello, wait, hold on. Hold on. Is Topav Teso there? Topav Teso, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, can you give me an answer to the question?
Yes.
Where people can reduce. What did we say?
Huh?
Are you there?
I'm here, ma'am.
So I'm listening.
I say social development is a development that improves the life of the people within a specific time.
Yes, ensuring that to ensure that they reach their what? Full what? Potential. Yes, thank you. So we go to our next slide. So now we go to definition of sustainable social development. We've just looked at social development. So sustainable social development is about creating communities that are not only thriving in the present, but are also equipped to support future generations. We have already spoken on that. So the key aspects of sustainable social development. The key aspects of sustainable social development. Number 1, meeting present needs without compromising future generations. Is this clear?
Yes.
This point cannot be overemphasized. I hope it's well understood. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma.
Hi, ma.
The key aspects of sustainable social development: 1, meeting present needs without compromising future generations. Yeah. So can someone just give us an example or illustration of any need of a present generation and how it can be sustained for the future generation in any aspect, whether education, healthcare, whatever?
Okay. Okay, ma. I think
Hello, ma.
for education.
Okay, I give an example.
All right.
Road construction.
Okay. You give, not just say road construction. How should the road be made sustainable for future generation?
Quality construction.
All right. All right.
Hello, ma.
Maintaining.
Yes.
Education.
Okay.
Education.
How? Education,
For
how?
example, in this, we all know that, okay, ma? I said, for example, we all know that no one can thrive in a society without being educated. So if, well, for example, now we like courses we are offering in our universities these days must be a courses that will be sustainable. If you learn today, and then probably in a future generation, that course will still be valuable for you to contribute to the society too. Thank you. And then we keep on improving our curriculum from time to time too in education.
That's right. Hello, before the other person talks, you keep on improving the curriculum. I think that is what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Other education that you spoke, you know,
yes,
where the curriculum.
Keep on improving the curriculum.
Yes, because
yes,
the needs of this generation, you know that they are not the same with the needs of yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Isn't
yes,
it?
ma'am.
Yes.
And it is, ma'am.
And the form of education and what we need to learn now is not the same with what we learned yet in years ago. Isn't it?
Also in business, ma.
All right.
Talking about business, you know, sometimes now you see that the way business are done is not the normal old ways that we know. There are various methods that has come into to improve business, selling, buying and sellings, e.g. like media, social media. You know, improvement has entered the business angle in such a way that the future generations are also they are being brought into the system so that they can also understand the business aspect of everything.
Okay.
I think also in agriculture, I think if we look at the issue of climate change,
that's
so
right.
why we look for solutions to our problem now, it shouldn't just be what we benefit now, but we should also think of our children in future that will also have good food. They'll have land where they'll be able to cultivate and all of that. So I think that's another example.
That's right. That's right. Where you can also conserve, where you can also conserve the soil. You won't use it up all that it cannot, it will be no more productive. Isn't it? You need to preserve it through agricultural practices. that ought to be put in place, like mulching, crop rotation, what our forefathers used, but it made meaning, isn't it?
Cultivation.
Use of organic fertilizer more.
City conservation.
Okay.
Ada?
That conservation issue is very important. If our environment or some of the natural things are not conserved, it will
Please
go
don't
to
say
extinction.
this thing. Hello, we are in a academic class. Don't say this thing. Call that thing by name.
What should I say? The wildlife are not preserved. They will go to extinction. Our children yet unborn, they will not notice that there were this type of animals that, like buffalo, elephant. If they are eating today to its very minimum, it cannot produce. They will not see it in future, so it will go extinction. So if they are preserved, they can be sustained to meet the generations to come.
That's right. That's right.
Deforestation too is also a problem, because when we are always taking out and we are not planting, it causes climate changes for our future generations. When we are always taking out of the forest
Please
without
mute
planting,
your
so
phone.
deforestation.
Please mute. Those of you, we are hearing noise from the background. Please. So please go on. Sorry.
Okay, I was saying deforestation too. You know, when we're always taking out and we are not planting new trees, but we just keep cutting and cutting and cutting. It is also the reason why climate change keeps affecting the climate change. You will hear that the ozone layer, and it's compromising future generation. The ozone layer keeps depreciating or depleting day by day because we keep taking out and we don't give back.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. Any other before we go to the next point?
And then my thing, if we support renewable.
Hello, I can't hear.
I said collaboration with community engagement.
Okay, community engagement for them to agree.
Yeah, to collaborate with them.
All right. To understand the need, to collaborate with them to understand the need to use and keep these things for future generations. All right.
Yes.
Any other? A lady was talking before you did.
Okay.
I was talking about even if we support renewable energy, like recycling of waste and all, it will help future.
That's right. Yes. Yes. Recycling of which kind of waste now? Give us an example.
Like all these cans.
Plastics
and all. And then all these now we have instead of using all these things that bring smoke, we have electric cars that can help also.
All right. Is this one actually also for future generation recycling? I'm just asking the class.
Don't think so.
Any other person with?
Yes, I want what of also preserving our cultural heritage.
Very good. It will come up in as we are going down the slides in some aspects. Yes. Preserving clearly has to do with reaching out to the future generations. Clearly, that is a very good point. So, my sister, please, that recycling, I don't think is part of non-compromising for future generations.
Okay.
And please, in this class, I didn't tell you one other thing. Please listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me before you continue. In this class, please and please, don't ever think that you will not talk because you are not sure of your answer. No. We are all here to learn. So if your answer is not correct, it will only be corrected. Nobody will demean you, please. So in my class, for attempting to answer alone is a good courage that I need to applaud. So, and we are here to learn. So what you don't know, you'll be corrected. And what I don't know, I will learn. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
So don't feel bad, even when your answer is not taken. Please, we are here to learn and we don't need to mislead ourselves. Thank you. So can the person who was talking go on?
Okay, ma. Just on that recycling, I was just wondering, don't we see that if these things are recycled, like plastic and not, if they are not recycled and are carelessly disposed, most times people dispose these things into water, and even they are littered around, and they get the
Hello, I
environment.
can't hear again. Hello,
Okay,
can
I
you
said,
start all over because I didn't hear you. My network interrupted. On the recycling,
okay, okay, I said on the recycling, don't we think that if these fossils are not recycled, are just and are carelessly disposed, sometimes even in the water, they can affect the aqua life, the aquatic life in the water, which automatically compromises the future generation. Or even when they are disposed on the surface, at some point they make it difficult for even farming activities to take place. So instead of littering them around, it is better we recycle them so that we can use them in the present, and they also create room so that the land remains free for the future generation to utilize. So I think, in my own judgment, I think that recycling is also a factor to be considered.
I go with you on that also. It should be a factor to consider.
For non-recycling, or or for non-compromising for future generation.
Yes.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma.
You are saying but did I hear you say that the recycling will kill our aquatic animals?
No.
No, what I was saying is, if they are not recycled and are carelessly disposed, they can sometimes, like for instance, if you go here in Makodi, people drop these things even in the water, and when they drop these things in the water carelessly, they can affect even the aquatic life. Yes, they can affect the aquatic life, which would have been used, the future generation would have harvested and utilized. And even on the surface, some areas are reserved for farming activities. But by the time we have some waste and we are not able to utilize, and then we heap them somewhere, at some point they occupy a chunk of farming area that would have been used for the future generation. And it becomes difficult to use that place. So it automatically affects that future generation. But if we're able to recycle them, the present will use it, and then it will create room for the future generation to have access to a particular place that they would have ordinarily occupied and hinder them from utilizing.
All right, fine. You are trying to make sense. But can you give us an example of that which people may drop inside water that may kill aquatic life, and recycling may avoid that?
Okay. I may not have a very good example of the aquatic life, but let me just use metal, for instance. If our metals are carelessly disposed on the surface for this generation, and this is a continuous process, and it heaps to a larger volume. Like somewhere in Enugu, I observed where metals are heaped for generation, and that took a very long, wide expanse of land. Automatically makes that land unaccessible. Like nobody can build house there. People cannot do any other farming activity in that portion of land. So you discover that the future generation, now we are having problem of even land everywhere. The future generation, people are giving birth, there is a population boom. So by the time in the next 3 centuries or thereabout, if the attitude continues and those things are not recycled, the vast people of that community will not be able to access that land for farming activities or even other kind of development, because the kind of metals that are heaped in that place are unimaginable, and nobody can actually think of using that place. So it hinders the future generation from developing that place or for commercial or even personal purposes.
I think you are making sense. Somebody else wanted to talk. I'll conclude on the matter.
I want to talk on the recycle issue.
Yes.
Are you
for it or against it?
I'm a little bit to throw more light, not really for it, but it's near to it.
All right.
Can I come on?
Yes.
Yeah, recycle is a waste management process or way of managing waste in order to reduce pollution or environmental degradation. So
yes.
I think going too far to take it as one of the things. Are you hearing?
Pardon? So going to...
I say recycle is a waste management process.
Yes.
To reduce or environmental degradation.
Yes.
So compared to what we're saying now, is except when you go into too much processes that you see the benefit on this particular topic we're talking.
All right. Class, with what others have spoken now, especially the last speaker before this, do we agree that recycling is also a means that would help to keep our future generations need?
Yes, I agree.
All right. If you agree, don't talk more. I'm hearing just two people say they agree, so it means others still disagree.
To an extent, I agree.
We agree. Hello, ma.
Yes, yes.
Hello, ma.
Yes,
hello, ma. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
I am disagreeing with the issue of recycling, which has to do with the preserving our environment for future generation. I disagree with that. Let us not deviate from the main aim, the vision, and the mission of this the course. We are talking about things we do that will sustain us for a long time, not minding the present, but looking at projecting about the future.
Yeah.
And when they are bringing the issue of recycling in it, it's out of context based on the explanation that you have given as far as the cause is concerned. What are the things that we are doing that these things can take a long way, not last within the shortest period of time, but it will also continue to impact on our generations that are coming. If we are talking about the issues of, maybe we assume that road construction, now we can consider that. This.
Hello, network. Network. Oh.
I think he was even taking a dangerous point. If we don't recycle, as he said, if we don't recycle and the very things we ignore to choke us in, how do we even live in the present? Not to talk of the future.
Yes.
Making is a dangerous stance. He said we should ignore that, focus on other one, and we ourselves. He said recycling is a way of controlling waste. Now, if we who are in the present who don't even recycle our waste and we continue to dispose them around us, they will first affect us and even
affect the future
generation.
Causes environmental degradation.
That's right. So are we learning? Hello,
yes,
are we here
yes.
making? Now, do you see that I say yes? So do you see that I stand to agree? Even though I adapted it, then with our various contributions, I agree now that recycling is part of preserving our resources for future generations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
So do you see why I say don't be afraid of saying anything? We are learning together with your examples. For me, I was looking under my nose. I was just looking at like maybe those leather bags, you are recycling it. So how does it serve the other generation? But now we are looking at waste as hampering.
Waste management.
Yes, as doing us bad concerning our environment. It will do us no good. It will deplete our environment.
Yes.
Even in the present, our environment is depleted. Then what is the hope of the future generation? Is that clear?
Very well, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yeah.
The house.
Yeah.
Hello? My daughter that gave the point on recycling, are you still in the house?
Yes, ma'am, here.
So we've done justice to your point. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes, with a detailed explanation, I agree.
Okay,
All right. Yes. So meeting needs, present needs without compromising future generations. This is the core principle of sustainability, meaning development should not deplete resources or create inequalities that hinder future well-being. See, in as much as we are talking of that, development should not create negative impact for the future generation. All right. The next point, we have social well-being as a key aspect of sustainable social development. I think we don't need to overflow this, focusing on improving the quality of life for individuals and communities, including areas like health, education, employment, and social equality. Is that okay?
No.
Is that okay?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
There was a point I wanted to make on education. I'll draw us back when we were considering the first point, meeting present needs without compromising the future generations. That someone talked about curriculum, improving on it, yes. What about the policies? That policies too can disrupt management or preservation of all this for future generations. True or false?
Very true.
Very true.
Yes.
True.
Very true, ma.
I cast that back my mind. Most of these top government officials at the moment, they went to public schools. And today, those public schools are not functioning because policies were not put in place to keep them alive. True or false?
True. Very true.
So, yes. So I wanted to also make that input there. I forgot. Okay. Going forward, another key aspect of sustainable social development is focus on social equity and inclusion. I think we will have much to say on this, that this is a key in enhancing sustainable social development. Can someone speak on this? We will still meet it again and again, but can we deal with it here?
Ma, can you come? What is that? I didn't hear well.
I said the next point we are looking at on key aspects of sustainable social development is focus on social, that is sustainable social development, focuses on social equity and inclusion. This point is key to enhancing sustainable social development. So I say, how can someone do justice to this question?
Okay, ma. Social equity and inclusion. So equity, for instance, has to do with equal rights, justice. So one should not be denied justice, probably because you're a minority or you're less privileged. So everybody should be given justice at every sphere.
Yes.
And again, ma, on the aspect of inclusion.
Still on it. And everybody
Hello?
should be included. Everyone should be carried along, irrespective of your social background, financial background, and all of that. Everybody should be carried along. That is inclusion, and everybody should have justice. Justice should be equally. It should not be biased. It should not be bias is the word though for justice. Equity, yes. People should be treated fairly. People should be treated the same. Not because I am, like NEPA will say, band A will be treated and band Z will have no light and band A will keep having light, and yet band Z keeps paying the bills.
All right, thank you very much. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello,
all right. Yes, someone else wanted to talk. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go on.
Hello? Hello?
Go on, we are hearing you.
Yes, social equity as a concept has to do with everybody having his own share of the bargain. And then inclusion here has to be a situation whereby everybody is carried along. It makes individuals have a sense of belonging. And this sense of belonging that makes it effectively to the development of their community that they might have find themselves. So where everybody is is able to have his own share of the bargain and also taken along in activities that are going on within his own environment, it will make him have more sense of belonging to also contribute his own quota to the development of that society. Yes.
Yeah, very correct. Very correct. Any other before I push on, because those two have spoken well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah, in any society where social equity and inclusion is undermined, inferiority complex is always the order of the day.
Yes.
Most people where social equity and inclusion doesn't exist, some people will be ashamed coming to other places because there is always discrimination between this one is poor, this one is rich, this one is an illiterate, this one is literate. So when
this one
things
is
like
disabled, like that.
this one is disabled, this one is able, when things are like that, other people now, if they are gathering to put heads together and think how the community will move ahead, some will find it difficult to appear because if they are always undermined.
Yeah. And
That's
that is it's not, and that is not bringing. Hello. And that will not be bringing about teamwork for development.
Yes.
Exactly.
So someone else wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's everyone from different places to partake in decision-making process.
Pardon?
It gives room for different disciplines to partake in decision-making process.
That's right. That's right. So, in our setting, even in the traditional, where women will not be listened to for their own quota of knowledge into anything that is being done, will development be at the fullest?
No, ma.
No.
Not at all.
Yes, even in our very individual homes, our nuclear home, where you neglect a woman, say you are a woman, I don't need your input, I don't need all of that. You don't see such a family, advancing.
Yes.
They don't.
Yes. And then where you see that somebody is disabled, he's lame, he's blind, he's this, what can he add? What value can he add? What can he give? It may be shocking to you that if you permit that person, what will come out of that person will be very interesting to advance.
Exactly.
Yes. So there is need for social, that is what World Bank is emphasizing, and it's emphasizing it based on the vulnerable people. All people need to be, voice need to be heard in decision making, and they ought to be part of it. In fact, do we know that other families that do not have a male, does it mean that they will not advance?
They will.
They will, definitely.
Yes. And I've seen other families. I one of my sisters is off point, but I just want to give a clue. Do you know that I'll give two? Since I've been as a lecturer, I've had male HODs, until we had a female HOD. I discovered that so that little office we had could be arranged in a way that would be appealing as this. And also, it was by a female HOD, a scheme of social welfare for the department was developed. And that has been of great help to all the staff. So supposing the women were excluded, even in academia, but thank God in academics, we are against that. How would the department have been and fed? It has brought social well-being, where people at the end of the day collect things or can for a little loan to help themselves and pay at the right time. And I also remember an instance where, what example was I trying to give now? If I remember, I'll let us know again. There's one example that I've lost grip of just now. So this is well exhaustively handled. Can we move on?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Or can someone give us an example where there's exclusion that hampered or hindered development?
Okay, well, let me try. When it comes to the issue of disabled people in society, you discover that they are neglected in society, and most of them have potentials.
They have
that cannot be taken. So when you exclude them, there are things that they can give to you, and we, the able, cannot give. You discover that there's disparity, and then the growth we are looking for, we are not getting.
You just strike a point that I recall, that a blind woman, we attend one prayer group together, and under this school of the disabled at Api, that side thereabouts, if those of us who are in Makurdi know about it, the deaf, the blind.
Rehabilitation. Rehabilitation center.
Rehabilitation
board, rather.
Yeah.
Yes, what that this lady just said, that we cannot.
Rehabilitation center.
Yes, they can give us what. Do you know this woman has been taught how to make bead bags, and wow, she had several of them. It's what even those with their 2 hands and 2 eyes cannot do. So supposing you exclude those kind of people, and they are unable to make those material, it hampers development, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that contribution. Neglected at all. Okay, on this point, focus on social equity and inclusion. It's about ensuring that everyone, especially vulnerable groups, has access to basic needs, opportunities, and decision-making power. That is it on that. Now, the next point, long-term vision. Key aspect of sustainable social development is long vision. And this long vision here has to do with what? We've already emphasized it. It's just to mention. I don't think this long-term vision, what is it talking about? Sustainable social development must have a long-term vision.
Doing things that will stand the test of time.
That's
and will
right.
serve
Bringing out policies that can help.
Example.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing
you. Example, I can cite an example in Benue State, an example of RAM. Rural access an example of RAM.
Okay,
Rural
RAM.
access and agricultural marketing project. Yes, the focuses on rural roads. And the aim of the main aim of their project is to link markets, to link communities to markets. And then when they get to those markets, they build warehouses where agro goods can be stored for future use.
That's right. So this point, we have dealt with it in the first point. So
yes,
do whatever we are doing, we should have in mind that it's not just for the present. How does it affect the future? That is just on that point.
That is why it's not just social development.
And sorry, ma, please, I have something to say about this point.
All right.
Okay, so I'm also linking this point back to the last one we discussed, focus on social equality and inclusion. When you merge the two, long-term vision, and there's what we, apart from the word sustainable development, we also have what we call durable solution. So when you are working with people and then you exclude them, it means that you are looking at maybe a present political gain and not the long term. So at the end of the day, you discover that because you didn't include the community or the people you want to bring social development to them, the solutions that you are bringing, they are not people oriented. And then you discover that after maybe the commissioning and all of that, nobody goes there. For instance, there was a time where in the IDP camps, safe houses were built. If you are going to Agan Target, UNFPA built a particular safe house for ladies, and then the closest IDP camp there is Abagna. That is about 4 kilometers away. So you discover that they did not think about the IDP. They simply assumed that they will need a place to come and stay and rest. The ladies women will need a place to come and stay. So they didn't factor things like transportation, and at the end of the day, you discover that the place is redundant. Nobody is going there. So I feel long-term vision and focus on social equality and social equity and inclusion, they go hand in hand.
Hand in hand for everything we are saying.
Yes.
For everything we are discussing, it is under sustainable social development. It's a key for everything we are discussing because it's for future generations. It's only an emphasis to say long term, not just for the present. So whatever we are doing, so even this, the example I gave for our political bourgeois in power now, they went to public schools that shaped them, and they themselves collapsed it. They didn't ensure that it maintained for future generations. That is why private schools are everywhere and at a higher price. So if they had that in mind in their policies, we won't have what we have today. So creating long-term vision considers the needs of future generations, ensuring that development initiatives are sustainable over time. All right.
Yes,
we'll go to the next slide. Yeah.
My hand is up before the next slide, ma.
Okay, you can speak.
Yes, ma. I have something to say on inclusivity. Yes, okay. My own is not just it's not a contribution, it's just a quick correction to the way we address disabled people.
Okay.
Now, it's been said that if we are to include, if you are planning on inclusion, if you are talking of inclusion of the differently enabled people, calling them disabled people, as we call them disabled people, also create stigmatization in their head. Is a form of stigmatization already. So the names that we will call them will be differently enabled people because they have ability in other aspects.
All right.
It's just a contribution.
It's all right, but I hope you know that. Thank you very much. But I hope you know that we are in a class.
I know, ma.
We are not actually executing a project somewhere.
Yes, ma.
So we are only talking among ourselves how these people should not be exempted. So when we are opportuned anywhere to do anything on behalf of others, we should know that we should include those people. Not that we want to call them names, so that we make them stigmatized, just as you have said. Your point is valid. We won't address them with names that we further stigmatize them, as you have said. It's taken.
Yes,
but we need to understand that inclusivity by making ourselves know that those people that are disabled or marginalized or vulnerable, of which is quicker to say the disabled people in the class, that those are the inclusive people we are talking about. But we don't need to address them by names that will stigmatize them. Very correct. All right. The next point is integrating environmental considerations. Integrating environmental considerations as a key aspect of sustainable social development. What do we have in mind here? Integrating environment.
I think it would be, yes, putting out policies and rules that are favorable for the masses. Let's say, for example, there was something I read on the news that citizens who don't go out to vote would be charged, I think, a fine of 80,000 or something in the National Assembly or something. So for me, that's very absurd. That's very absurd. In a country where most times the votes are not even counted, in a country where the needs of the people the basic primary needs of the people are not even met, and then you go further to put that kind of a rule, of course, will be very many in prison because I'm not sure I will vote. So integrating environmental considerations, putting in probably policies, laws in place that would carry people along, that would be favorable to everybody, irrespective of your color, your class, your religion, and all of that. That's my understanding.
Right. Who just spoke? What is your name?
I'm Rosemary.
Okay, Rosemary, thank you. But this point is saying integrating environmental conditions.
Okay, let me say something.
Environmental.
Yes, what you gave, I think it should be. Yes, it should be the point yonder where we are going, where democracy and participation.
Okay,
not here. Environment. Integrating environment. Yes.
Okay, Matt. So let me say something. We were talking about recycling waste. So this one is saying whatever you do, things like recycling will help conserve biodiversity. If, for instance, we plan to set up a town hall for a community, for instance, in Unagri, it shouldn't be that we'll go there and then for all the trees without maybe planting them and replacing them in another area for the community. So one, the building that you should build should be environmental friendly.
Yes, conscious.
The materials should, yes, you can use the materials, but then you should ensure that you conserve those materials so that another person too can use them, instead of putting all the materials in one place. How about if you can use 50% of it so that another development can take the 50%?
All right, and then replanting, that one you said, even though you are cutting down trees, make sure it is replanted as well.
You plant, yes. For instance, they say when you cut down one tree, you should ensure you plant at least two to replace the one that you. Yes.
For environmental considerations, that's right. Any other point?
Okay, ma. How about this?
Let the lady talk. Let the lady talk.
The issues where for instance,
please, a lady is talking. Someone is talking. A lady is talking. Calm down. You will talk after her.
Okay, ma. Okay, let me use an example. My sister had a land somewhere, and there's supposed to be a road construction that would cut through her land, and others, some people will be displaced and all. And nobody thought about maybe calling them to say, okay, this is what is going to happen. And at the end of the day, some of you may be displaced, and some of you, your land too, part of it may be encroached into. There was nothing like maybe giving them something to compensate them and all of that. They just did what they needed to do because probably they had the authority or the power to do that. So if that, for that instance now, do we see it as them not integrating environmental considerations because you didn't consider these people who already had this thing before you came in and wanted to make use of it? You just went ahead, because you have the authority and you have the power. You just did the road, encroached into people's lands without even giving them anything for it and all of that.
This point you are making is not actually on integrating environmental considerations, but there is a course. Yes, there is a course on
impact assessment.
Yes, impact assessment of projects that people who projects affect their livelihoods or their residential areas should be handled. There is a template for that. That has to do with project impact assessment of projects.
Okay.
Right?
I wanted to know if that
yes.
had anything to do with it.
No.
Thank you, ma'am.
No. Yes, thank you. And on this, when we were talking about, you were giving me examples of meeting long-term, conserving environment for future generations, the first point. We were talking about depletion, recycling. Is for these environmental considerations now.
Okay, deforestation and all.
Yes,
Yeah, I talked about
integrating environmental
deforestation. Okay.
Yes, and not polluting our environment.
Yes,
even though we are doing any project, this project shouldn't be such that it will now affect our environment. We need the ecosystem for our well-being.
Okay, like the oil bunkering that's happening in the south.
Yes, where waste is now poured into the river.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Even here in Abua, in Makurdi, where the ethanol plant is sited.
Okay, that's true. I heard a nasty story about that.
The waste ought to be disposed appropriately in a manner that it will not affect the residents, people around there.
Okay.
Yes,
thank you, ma'am.
there should be the policies. Any project should have in mind specific areas where waste should be dumped. Can we remember high-level market? How many of us know high-level market in Makurdi?
Yes.
Do you remember the waste?
Opposite IBB Square.
Yes. Do you remember the dumping refuse there before Father Alia came on board?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, very well.
Is that good? Is that good for human existence?
Not at all. Very stinking and dirty.
Thinking, and you see people sitting there and selling 24 hours.
And eating.
And this is affecting them slowly in a way that we don't know. Incinerators should be made available everywhere in town, but we don't have such. Hello?
Now we can hear you.
Yes. So we need
you, ma.
Every developmental project need to consider the environment, that it need to be preserved for our well-being. It recognizes that, this point recognizes that healthy ecosystem are essential for social and economic well-being and requires responsible resource management. That is it for this point. Any other input or question? Let's move to the next point.
The society is living on environment.
Yes.
And policies, guidelines, laws supposed to be done to not undermine environmental quality.
Yes. Yes. I even remember one now. Do we see our gutters around Makurdi metropolis? What has it become?
Garbage.
What has our
garbage?
Something else.
Garbage and feed of sand.
They dump refuse in
they are
it and all.
come refuse dump.
Filled up with sand, waste.
When training, they will just bring out their.
Yes. And what does that cost? What does that cost at the end of the day?
Environmental pollution.
Pollution in what way? Like what does that?
It
Pollution,
causes
yes.
erosion too. Erosion. Because
And what? Pollution, erosion.
Causes flooding too.
Flooding! Flooding! That is the point, the one I was looking for. In as much as the pollution and the erosion still stands, that flooding, my brothers and sisters, when flooding, have you ever experienced or someone close to you experienced flooding?
Yes, yes. Those waste blocks the waterway, so the water.
Please mute your gadgets, please. Go on. Hello, you were talking. So I was saying that you can see that the turning of gutters into refuse dump or being filled with sand, whatever, will cause pollution, cause erosion, and then flooding. Is it funny to experience flooding in your house? So this causes a very bitter experience for us, and it's the ecosystem, it's the environment. So we need to protect in every development we are undergoing. Environment needs to be handled with every sense of diligence to avoid us going into situations that render us helpless. Flooding is very, very bad for you to experience as a result of these things. True or false?
True.
Please, who is that person who has not muted? Right, the next point, fostering innovation and adaptability. That is resilience. One of the key aspects of sustainable social development is fostering innovation and adaptability. What do we have to say on this point? Or what is in your mind concerning this point?
First of all, when you go for
empowering the vulnerable and the marginalized to see beyond their present circumstance.
Okay. Someone else?
Okay. Ability to accept changes that are new into the system or our communities.
Yes.
Bringing the best. Bring
new initiatives. The ability to learn new things, to introduce new things and adapt to those things.
Yes, and those innovations can help us adapt or overcome some challenges.
Yes, not doing old things and expect different results.
Yes.
Do something new to expect something different.
Yes.
Try new things.
Yes, new things that can address our challenges, isn't it? And offer solutions. That is it. Any other contrary view?
The innovation and adaptability. Now we are in the technology era. The medium which we are using to listen to this lecture is technology, ICT. So assuming we did not embrace the technology of ICT, we wouldn't have been sitting all these distances receiving lectures. So the ability for us to accept the new thing that comes to our life, we sustain the development of our communities.
Yeah, and it will help us come out of challenges, help us adapt to challenges, whether climate or environmental. Is that okay? That's okay. Any other before we go to the next point? So under this point, it encourages finding solutions. That is fostering innovation. It encourages finding solutions to societal challenges and adapting to changing conditions. Some innovations come as a result of some challenges, you devise ways how we can overcome, isn't it? Building communities that can withstand and adapt to challenges, including social and environmental changes. Can I move on?
Yes.
It's understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One of the another key aspect, last but not the least, of sustainable social development is democratic participation and empowerment. I know we have more than enough to say on this. Because democratic participation and empowerment has to do much with our sustainability of development. So, who will set the ball running?
Democracy, under democracy, participation and empowerment. As a key aspect of sustainable social development, I think it is not the top or the bourgeois that are supposed to project themselves as Democrats or for elected positions.
Yeah.
Everybody in the society, in the community, in the locality are supposed to participate. It is not an issue of top-bottom approach. It should be an issue of bottom to top approach. Everybody should be given the chance to participate, as the word goes. The women should be given the right to participate. And in our contemporary society, Nigeria, women are not given the chance to participate. If women attend to rallies, they will be bullied, they will be shouted at. And in that context, they may have better ideas and policies to move the society forward. But for the fact that they are women, they will not be allowed the chance to do that. So I think for this point, democracy and participation and empowerment, everybody should be carried along to display his or her own idea for the betterment of the society. That's my move.
Yeah. And that lady that was talking of 80,000 whatsoever, are you in the house?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in the house. I'm in the house. Yes. And they said you will be in prison. You would pay, I think, a fine of 80,000. I'll be in prison for how many months or so.
Guys,
and somebody
if you
commented, if you don't go
hello,
out
can
to
you
vote,
come up? Hello, can you
yes,
come up
I
again
can
with
hear
the
you.
can you
Yes,
come up
I
again
read
with the whole scenario?
Okay, I read somewhere, I think a law or a bill that was passed in the National Assembly newly, that if you don't go out to vote, you'll be charged a fine. I can't remember how much, or some years or months in prison or something like that. And I was going through the comments and somebody said, make una mark my face because I go get bed close to una for prison. Because a lot of people are not going out to exercise their franchise.
Hold on, she's speaking.
A lot of people are not going out to exercise their franchise because they feel like they are not inclusive. They feel like there's inequality. Because even if you go out to vote, at the end of the day, is who they want that will still rule. It's not the people's choice. So it's like, it's a matter of the people that matters. The first class citizens are the ones that run the show. They do not include the grassroots. And government is supposed to start from the grassroots. It's supposed to be for the people, by the people, but it looks like it's just for a certain class of people. So even when the empowerment comes, you still realize that the people getting this empowerment are the ones who know someone that may not even need this empowerment. And the people who need this thing, because they do not know anyone, they do not even have access to whatever it is that is being given. But government was not supposed to be run like that. But it's quite unfortunate that in the place or the country where we find ourselves, there is no democracy. Because you could easily criticize the government that is not doing well. But in today's Nigeria, if you do that, you may be picked up. I also read of a lady who was picked up because she criticized the governor. And her family said for some months they've not seen her. After that incident, she's gone missing because she criticized the governor. There is no participation. They're saying everybody just keep short. Whatever it is we do, you should accept it in good faith and move on. No participation, no empowerment of any kind. For instance, the youth empowerment grant that was online everywhere, given about 2 years or 3 years ago. At the end of the day, they started deducting monies. They say it wasn't a grant, it was a loan. So when you look at these things, you keep wondering, God, how did we get here and where are we going? So there is really no participation. A lot of people, majority of the people are left out. No empowerment, no participation. Is when they want to come for campaign, they will bring rice, they will bring Maggi and everything. As soon as that is done, everybody goes back. They will just throw the ladder they used to climb up and forget about the people who took them up. Forget about the kingmakers because they are now the kings themselves.
All right.
Okay, ma.
The
I
male.
also want to contribute.
All right.
Okay, so I want to agree with Rosemary
Sorry.
in a way.
Okay, it's Rosemary that just spoke, Abby.
Yes.
All right. Go on.
Okay. Okay. So we have a multi-dimensional poverty in Nigeria. A lot of things put us back, and then that hinders the point we are talking about, the democratic participation and the empowerment. Ordinarily, I stay in Makurdi, and then if I'm supposed to vote, I ought to go to my village and vote. But you discover that I cannot afford to go to my village because I don't even have the transport. And then they are not fostering innovation in the electoral process where everything happens. Even when they tell us they are going to do electronic voting, at the end of the day, they go back to the manual voting. Then on the democratic participation, I think that we are not resilient enough. If you go to places where those people insist on participating, you discover that their wish, they always have their way, in the sense that if you vote and insist that this thing should be written in this way, it should be written down and transmitted there for you to see. And then they take these things, there's a follow-up to the next center. Most of the time, it cannot be manipulated. But there is this thing, we have tagged politics as a dirty game. So it's assumed that anybody who joins politics is a dirty person, and then the person is not being honest. So the so-called, in quotes and unquote, good people, they have left politics for the bad ones. So those bad ones are there, and then they keep on making the wrong decisions. You were here, we were all here when the Reverend gentleman wanted to contest. Hair broke up when they said, okay, what is a priest doing in politics? But I think we are all political animals. Everything we do, there's politics. Today, if you go to buy a phone, you do politics of phone. You will decide to buy Infinix, iPhone, or anything. Your laptop, you will choose whether you want to buy HP or you want to buy a MacBook. There's politics in everything. So as sitting and then saying, I will not participate because my vote will not count, it's as same as saying, I want to fight the government, or I want to fight somebody who is inside the room. Then you run outside and you are throwing stones at the roof. It doesn't work like that. You have to stay inside the room and then fight that person. And the only way you can do it is insist on participating. Thank you.
Apart from the first speaker, note that we are looking at aspects that will foster sustainable social development. So we are saying that which will foster the sustainable social development is democratic participation and empowerment. And the first person who spoke talked about not top, there should be permission to be partakers of planning and in policies. It shouldn't be top to bottom. It should be bottom to top. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
We are with you.
Hi, sir, we're hearing you.
The first person spoke on that, and that is what this point is saying.
Yes.
That we should permit freedom, free expression in democracy. For decision makings, there should be permission for everybody. And everybody should be empowered. Now, the two others that contributed, your point is well noted, but you were more of telling us the flaws that have been in existence up till now concerning democratic participation, which we accept, of course. But that is why, having known, the World Bank known that this is the flaw we have, it is saying those things ought not to be. Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well.
Yes. Those things ought not to be. This is what should be. So good, your points are accepted. We are frustrated because our votes do not count. So people don't want to go out. And if there is a law enforcing people to go out, if you don't go, it's a way of pushing us to democratically participate. They are trying to push us to a point where our voice should count. I'm thinking like that. If so be it that fraud will not be taken into cognizance. And you know, our Nigeria is so corrupt, my brethren, my brothers and sisters. We are very corrupt. I even wonder, some of us, as we are in this class here, if given any opportunity to be in place, this that we are learning now, that we should permit people to participate, how many of us we carry this head knowledge into practice? If we find ourselves into position that we ought to allow development to be sustained, will we not be selfish?
We'll be selfish.
That it is my brother or my sister that I want in this position. We will not allow room for collective decision or voting if it's an electable position.
You are right, ma.
Yes.
When we are at the top, we are power drunk. When we are at the top, we are power drunk.
Hello, I'm hearing.
I want to add to
practice not mixed together. So most of these things, when we learn them and then we have to implement, we just dump what we learned in the theory and do what we want.
Ma, I want to contribute to what you just said.
Yes.
Yes. Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But in our present society now, democracy is the government of the cabal, by the cabal.
Yeah.
If when they are seeking for these positions, they consider democracy as government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But once they attain this seat, they now see the same people that voted them in.
One man army.
As a mark that they will march and work on it. Then that is always the problem when it comes to participation and empowerment, because participation has to do with dividends of democracy, which we are always the dividends of democracy. We don't always see them when these people obtain power. We are always rendered useless.
Yeah. So this point is saying that should stop.
Yes.
The change begins with you and me. Change begins with you, and no matter how we say these things, because this is the only means by which developmental project will be sustained. Do you know that even why we are not being sustained, our projects are not being sustained, or policies for the future, is because of this selfishness? Where Governor Suswam has started, I'm just giving an example, please. Where Governor Suswam has started a policy on agriculture, that in the next 20 years, there is a vision about it. And then after 8 years, he goes out. Then another governor comes in. Then he condemns that policy because he has somebody in mind who is a historian that he wants to come and be commissioner of agriculture. Hello.
He condemns it because of political differences.
Yes, because of political differences, which ought not to be. So this is really a matter. So now that we are learning this in class, I hope and pray that you and me, we will always put this into implementation.
Amen.
Because this is what the World Bank is telling us, that we need in Nigeria to permit democratic participation from bottom to top. But we are not, so that we should enforce this. Thank God you are here, and that is why these courses are being promoted, and that is why you are here. And if tomorrow you find yourself doing otherwise, then you are hindering sustainable social development, please. So we are guilty of what we are learning.
That's right.
Yes. So change begins with you and me. So, but it starts gradually. At least we were doing a manual voting from the first time, isn't it? During the first during this Yoruba man that came to democracy first now. Obasanjo. We did verbal, literal voting without card readers, isn't it? Now we went to card readers, isn't it? It's not the outcome is not what ought to be, but at least we are graduating small. And I know during the card readers, majority their votes counted. And I pray that Nigeria, we move to electronic. And for us in Benue, I want to believe that in Benue here, at least this time around, votes counted. If not, exactly. I wonder who would have pushed away Otom from the seat.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Our vote counted. So we are moving small. A bit by bit, we will arrive there. But we are learning that when you have the opportunity to be in position, you are the one being taught theory in class today, so that you will implement that theory in the open society there to help ourselves. Any other contribution, or I land on this point?
It's teaching us to be team players.
Yes. Yeah. So under this point, enabling individuals to actively participate in decision-making process that affect their lives and to have their voices heard. I pray that we will not be casualties against this, what we are learning, and not be guilty. Thank you. So we move to the next slide, which is examples of sustainable social development in action. And we will talk about in action. When we say in action, means what?
In practice.
In practice or implementing, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
We are verbally saying sustainable development, the well-being of the people for future generations should be educated. They should be focused on gender, on social equity and inclusion. There should be long-term planning and all of this. Now, those things in action is what we bring about it, not just on paper or in theory that this should be, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
So we want to look at examples of sustainable social development in action, which means investing in education and healthcare. In Nigeria and in Benue State here, what example can we, is there anything in action? Is there any governmental deliberate policy that has, accelerated investment in education we can speak out for?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I don't know for, I think it was a universal national thing
You may be sorry. You may be here. Sorry. Hold on. You may be here. You may not be from Benue, but please pardon me. It's because I'm a Benue person. It can
No,
be
I
your place.
understand you, ma'am.
Yeah,
I understand you, but I think it was a national thing when the UBE program came up. Universal Basic Education. Yes, that says children from was it 1 to 5 years or thereabout are not to pay tuition fees. So a lot of children were admitted in schools, especially in public schools at the time, because there was free education. So a song even came up, free UBE program is a new system in Nigeria. Some sort of, yes. So that brought a lot of children back to school at the time where that program came up. But I really don't know what happened to that particular program. It just died a natural death.
Is the UBA still going on, class?
I don't think so, ma. Is it still going on?
Yes.
UBE?
It's still going on. It's still going
Wow.
on.
It's
It's still going on, but with
it's
a
ongoing.
difference.
Very well, ongoing.
Okay.
It's ongoing, but with a different. However,
okay, with a difference.
You say
for
it's
example,
going on, but with
yes, with a difference now.
Hello.
It's going on.
Hi.
Hello.
You say
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
going
Can I
on
talk,
with a
please?
difference.
Yes.
All right.
I say it's going
let's
on
hear
with
the
a difference because one, the custodian, for example, this day before now, just like she rightly said that those admitted into UBA went to school free, getting their books free and everything, even their uniform free. But these days it's no longer like that. You see people's going to school and then the headmaster is say, bring in this fee for this, fee for that, fee for this, fee for that. And at the end of the day, you see that you discover that parents are paying money ordinarily that they're not supposed to pay because the principal or the school management is requesting for that, which is against the law that established the UBA in the first place. And then secondly, for example, you talked about if there are innovation that will move the education and healthcare center forward, using the
network.
The network is bad.
An example. In recent time, we discovered that World Bank
the network from your end is bad.
Now also the feeding, what is it called? Food feeding that was brought up by I think the vice president, the former vice president.
Food vendor.
Yes.
Also brought children back to school as well.
Yes. So apart from UB, do we have any other system in place to ensure investment in education by the government?
No, ma.
Yes, I think
This
I remember
student loan.
I remember the governor of Benue State when he came up in 2023. He declared a free registration for NECO and WAEC.
Yes.
So I think that's something.
Yes, that is an action. That is an investment in action. That is social development in action. Yes.
I have seen so many schools within my country now being renovated by super universal basic education, state universal basic education here around. And
because in as much as
that's an investment in education. But I've seen them renovate those schools and equip them with some
benches,
decks and other things necessary to facilitate learning.
Yes.
So I think that's
so investing in education by innovating. Hold on. By investing in education by innovating classrooms and seats therein and the board. Some may think it's not an investment in education. But why do you think we need to innovate those classes, the seats, the board, and whatever. Why do you think we need to?
No, for the environment to be conducive for learning.
To be conducive, because the environment under which you learn matters as well. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we also see private people? What private people are doing? Is it an investment in education? I want to ask.
Yes,
private sector.
Yes,
it's an investment in education.
Yes.
Because to me, I would say, like you rightly mentioned, most of our leaders today pass through the public school system, which equips them. They have themselves destroyed that system that actually built them. No hope for the future generation. So the private sector who are promoting education are actually rescuing the destroyed generation. Because ordinarily,
clap for yourself. Go on.
Thank you. So now the system has been destroyed. So if there is no rescue mission by the private sector, then educational life is completely destroyed in the country. So I think they are doing a great investment by rescuing our educational system.
That's right. That's right. That's a very good point. I deliberately said so because this sustainable development is not all about government. It's collaboration, but all of us together, both private and public. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Many individuals too are renovating schools. Individuals too are renovating schools in their communities.
Yes. Now, normally this is the first time, will our link short when it's 12 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And we have just, is it 2 minutes? Well, we'll continue. And another point I wanted to make here for us all is that we in our families, we need to invest in the education of not only our biological children, but in the extended family members. If we must sustain social development within us, even at the family level. Hello?
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Because when you say, I will educate just my own children, I care less about the other people's children, you are doing harm to yourself.
Yes.
True or false?
Very true.
So I want to encourage us not to be selfish in case you have not done that. You are giving burden to your children in the future. And maybe those of us that are just giving birth to 1 or 2 children these days, and we'll have 1 male, 1 female, and we are done with child bearing. Now, if you educate only your child and that your child passes away, what becomes of that family? Nobody to continue on, no educated person that can be a torchlight to the others. Please, let's wake up. We need to educate, invest in education in our families. I wanted to make this point. Okay, what about healthcare?
I honestly do not know of any.
You don't know of any about for the
for healthcare.
Healthcare. We don't know of any.
Okay, ma. Please, ma. I want to say something about the healthcare.
All right.
Okay, so there has been some level of counterpart funding from the state government. I'm talking about the state, not
that's true. That's true.
And then of recent, because of the state government meeting their own part of the agreement, Action Aid has given some CSOs a funding in Benue State to implement a program in tuberculosis. Yes, and then not just long ago, I passed by. I mean, today I passed by a primary health care, and then I'm seeing they are making supplies. They are built, and they have also renovated the primary health care, and then I heard it's going across the local government.
Please mute your targets. Mute. Go on.
So there is some level of there is a level of intervention, and then at the teaching hospital, there is a new cancer center that is being built. We all know the havoc cancer is causing to humanity of recent.
So, any other person?
Also, the free medical outreach organized by some politicians to render healthcare services to the needy, the patients.
Some politicians are. Pardon, I didn't hear you. That said politicians.
There's another program that is also ongoing in the States.
For free medical outreach for people of their constituents.
Okay.
And sometimes some non-governmental organizations, they come for they sponsor free medical outreach for people in our communities.
All right.
Although they are not sustainable.
Thank you. I wanted him to land.
At the interim,
there's another one that is also ongoing by our state governor. He has provided. Hello.
Yes.
There's a program that is ongoing in the state that is being provided by our state governor. He has provided anti-snake venom for general hospital in the states. People with snake bite issues are being treated free of charge.
Yeah.
It's also a kind of.
Please, I want to say something.
Say.
I want to say something on health.
The government also introduced this national health service scheme.
National health insurance.
National health insurance scheme.
Okay.
Where you don't, sometimes you are sick, but you don't have, all that money to go and pay. But where there's this NHIS, people just go in and pay, just 1/10 of their hospital bill.
Build your system.
And that I think, is a welcome development.
Yeah.
I think it also covers for 1 or 2 family members too, or children.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
It's sustainable. It's a long-term goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say something on health?
Yes.
Yes, I think the government has done a lot about health over the years. It started at the National Primary Health Development Agency up there, and down here the State Primary Health Care Board. I've been privileged to work there as an information officer, so I'm talking about what we all know, that the government has so much invested in maternal and newborn. So much. They start from encouraging you to go for antenatal, which is free. You start for antenatal. As you're going, they're giving you gifts, they're giving you detergents, they're giving you a lot of things, and then they treated mosquito nets. They guide you throughout your delivery, so you don't have an excuse. And then the primary health care, by the grace of God, they are in most LGAs and wards. Of course, there are some that are non-functional, but they are spread across. And then it's free, and go and get even items. I am a beneficiary because I've had I was privileged to have my second child in the primary health care clinic, and I went for antenatal at the one here in the lobby court as a family support. They will give you diapers in pearls. They will give you detergents. All these things are ways where government did counterpounding with international relations to encourage and minimize child deaths in mortality. So I think they have done a lot on that I know, and I also and up to date, we receive vaccines. You see them flagging off a vaccination campaign for free. If you want to take them, if you want to pay money, you go to the private hospitals. But as far as the government hospitals are concerned, they give it for free. They go house to house. We see them every day doing that. So I think they've done a lot on that.
Yes, that is investing, that is sustainable social development in action. Now, but somebody made mention of free medical health care. Is it sustainable?
It is not sustainable because it's a one-off activity.
It's not. We need health facility structures on ground where 24 hours one can access, not just a hit and go, isn't it?
It is.
Yes. So as we are talking, we are bringing out ways that our government and the private sector are deliberately what they are doing to enhance investment in education and healthcare practically, not just saying healthcare education, isn't it? Now we have mentioned National Health Insurance Scheme. When I asked that, has government done anything? When somebody said nothing, no. I said, what about the National Health Insurance Scheme? The government is doing, but just that it has not done enough, isn't it? So we need more. I also the primary healthcare board, what our sister just said there. There's something I think they are doing which looks sustainable. They have extended healthcare to rural areas where these retired nurses are being posted to those places to give their medical expertise. And it also helps. My mom is one of it.
Yes.
Yes, that retired people are not like to waste, because these are modern people. They will refuse to go to the rural areas, most of them, isn't it? Yes. So our retired medical personnel who are in the villages, they are engaged to still render their services. My mom is still doing it up till now. That is another way. I think it's quite sustainable, and it will engage our retirees not to be idle, isn't it?
Yes, ma. And it's good for their health.
So we are done on that point. Now, promoting gender equity and women's empowerment. In what ways, practically, can we point out that gender equality is being promoted by the government and the private sector? I think we have more than enough here.
Okay, ma. This is actually a very dicey one, because it looks like when we want to progress, it's on arithmetic progression, but when we want to retrogress, it's on geometric progression. Because
say that
at
again.
some point you think, hello,
that you should repeat yourself.
Okay, I said this issue, this particular one is a very dicey one, because when you talk about promoting gender equality and women's empowerment, it looks as if today we are progressing on arithmetic progression, and then when we want to retrogress, it's on geometric progression. That's double of what we have progressed. We take one step and then 2 steps back.
We are hearing
For
you.
instance. Okay, so for instance, let me go in politics. The last administration, there were about 16 women at the National Assembly, House of Reps, and then I think about 8 in the Senate. This time around, in the Senate, we have 3, and we all know what is happening to her.
We have how many?
Then I think we have 3 at the moment.
In the Senate?
Yes.
Okay.
Just 3 women. Then in the House of Reps, I think there are 7 now. There are some state House of Assemblies you go and then there is no woman. In Benue State, there are just 2. In this same Benue State, of all the 23 local government chairmen, there is no one that is a woman. Last 2 years, we had 8. So women empowerment has been very, very dicey, and equality. You discover that there are no avenues for them to grow. But there's light, because of recent there is this bill where they are proposing is it 74 reserve seats these ones, they are going to be strictly for women to contest, because women constitute about more than 50% of the population of the country, and then they are not there when the main decisions are supposed to be taken. So you go to a state assembly, and then men are sitting there discussing women issues. They are discussing menstrual hygiene. What will a man talk about when it comes to menstrual hygiene? Discussing about youth, and then there are no youth in those places. So there is this bill that seeks to have one seat for the Senate reserved only for women in every state. That makes it 36. Then there will also be a seat reserved at the House of Representatives that will only be for women, so that those ones only women will contest. That does not stop them from contesting the normal zone A, zone B, and the zone C that we have for each state. So I think that's the improvement or the progress that they are talking about. I hope it will fly, because last administration didn't fly because the men assumed that it was something that will come and there will be competition. They want to make women super senators and super House of Assembly members. And then it is hoped that when the bill is passed into law, it will now be domesticated in all the states.
Hello?
Yeah, yes.
Good morning. My network has been poor for some time now.
Okay,
but,
sorry for that. Sorry.
The last speaker, he talked about women empowerment. That is very good. He also talked about the positions that they should be held in the assemblies. But to a great extent, I guess why women are still backward and where they are is because they themselves, they are the problem themselves. If a woman is contesting for a position, don't be surprised that the woman will not even vote her in. They will prefer to vote the men in place of the women. So, to a very large extent, we are underdeveloped because our women refuse to cooperate and bring themselves to limelight and contribute for development of this country. And that is why we are where we are. If the women will come up and say no to what men are doing and then stand for themselves, will decide to vote for a woman, and then you'd see that things will change. Because if you see me, I believe in women, and I know very well that a woman will bring more development than the men. We have tested the men for a very long time.
I think we should put this into context. We should put this discourse into context, because we are talking about specific examples of sustainable development, and we mentioned promoting gender equality and women's empowerment. Now, so it is about not the attitude of the women per se now, but sustainable development should factor in that women should be treated equally as men, and they should be empowered. They should be given that freedom to participate in whatever decision process that is involved for the community to develop. So I think if we are just discussing women and all that, we may be throwing the context or the discourse out.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was going to come in after the second comment before you interjected, but you have just done justice to what I wanted to do. That please, let's not throw off the focus. That how, in what ways practically is the government, give us practical examples that women are being promoted to take equality in the society in every area. Are there programs like that? And the first speaker,
that is why sorry.
Listen. Though the first speaker dabbled, but he now made the point, of which I will bring out clearly now. He said what the government is doing. He has quoted that, but I'm not aware of which, if it is so, that answers our question, that there is a percentage that has been reserved for women.
Yes.
That is a promotion for gender equality.
Gender equality, yes.
Is that okay?
Very well.
Please be citing examples. We should cite examples that are promoting women. Are there programs? Let's mention them.
Ministry of Women
The
Affairs.
second, listen, hold on. The second speaker made mention of women not knowing their rights that they ought to. Of course, he made a point which he did not sharpen that also fits here. That is creating women's awareness that women, government, there should be awareness creation on gender equality. Women, you are also able to this tax, rise up. That is a way of promoting gender equality. Awareness to the female folks will be a practical example of promoting gender equality, because we women, of course, as he said, we are the first that we discourage ourselves, but we are in an era where we are to tell ourselves, because it has hampered our development. You are also able to the tax. Nobody should sublime you. Nobody should silence you. I hope I'm clear.
Very well. Another example would be
so let's mention them.
That's okay. Very well.
The government should be able to give a scholarship to a girl child education. It can be encouraged if scholarship schemes are provided for the girl child for education. Like I could remember in the East some time ago, late Professor Dora Akunye had a foundation that specifically catered for the needs of the girl child in the southeast Nigeria, and that helped to promote education within that community where the program actually covered. So it gave them the leverage to go to school. Those who were constrained by financial difficulties leverage on that scheme, and they were able to go to school. So it bridged that gap of inequality between the girls and then the child. So the government or other agencies that collaborate with the government in sustainable development should actually create programs that can support the girl child to also go to school, so that we don't look at education as only for the men, because in some communities you still have that mentality that it's only men that can go to school. And so a man would just say, I don't have money to train my girl child. So in such cases, these programs will now aid the girl child to also go to school, and it will close the gap of that inequality.
So you are now giving us an example of a foundation by the so-called woman you said that promoted gender equality, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Through education. More examples. Government programs, don't we know them?
I think Ministry of Women Affairs is also a ministry that has promoted the women. Yes, because it deals with the issues of women.
This is what
basically.
I want to be hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
Both
and some
private
non-governmental organizations too. I've also set up structures for women to support them, to empower them, and to even, I think sometimes to even defend them.
Yes.
Like in the cases of child welfare. Yes. The cases of child welfare, where the father is saying, I won't take care of these children and all. Some structures have been put in place to ensure that the man, as long as he's the father of those children, would support the woman in bringing up the children. So
yeah, that is it. So these are examples. Women, the Ministry of Women Affairs, that is what those things I want to hear, have been set up to promote gender equality. Any other programs we can think of? Do we know of WEA? YEA?
No, ma.
YIA, sorry, YIA. WEA. Women in what? In Benue here. Women in what? That A stands for what?
Agriculture.
Women in agriculture. Promoting women-based owned projects through production and processing. Right? Any other? But I now we now understand the sustainable development in action that has to do with promoting gender equality and women empowerment. So if in exam or test, I say, give us examples of sustainable social development in action concerning education, gender equality, whatsoever. You should give me practical examples. Yes, in education, the government have set up a scheme of NIHS. Do you understand? In healthcare, sorry, NHS. In the education, you are set up UBE. In the private sector, the ones that are pronounced under gender equality programs, like women in agriculture, the sector women, the Ministry for Women Affairs is to promote these things and empower women. So practical examples under this. Is that okay?
Very well, ma'am.
So if there is no other, is there no other contribution on example here? So we move to the next. You have exhausted.
When is the break supposed to be?
We are exhausted on this point, Abi. Please, let's
Yes,
hold on.
we have exhausted the point.
Don't worry. If there is no break, I'm even happy. Once we reach 1, we have done for our 3 hours.
Okay, ma.
Yes.
So let's fire on.
So creating inclusive and equitable societies. Creating inclusive and equitable societies. Example, we even mentioned some while we were talking on the other points behind. Creating inclusive and equitable societies. Example. I thought we make mention of
Okay, just or recent, the governor of Benue State gave a blind man his special advisor, or is it special advisor or senior special assistant to the governor on disability matters. Yes, and then this was also done before when in 2001 or so, the then governor, now SGF, gave Honorable Oyakonjo, who was a blind man, his a special advisor on politics. Then to also ensure inclusion, he now gave another woman who is an expert in sign language, his senior special assistant on disability, to ensure that when he is talking or when people are talking on issues of governance, even those who are hearing impaired will be able to understand what they are saying.
Wow.
And then yes, and then you also look at it that usually, particularly in our government buildings, you will see that they will only have staircases, and then there will be no room and there will be no access ramp for persons with disabilities. But then now when they build, they have ramps so that persons with wheelchairs can also access these offices, access
is a valid contribution.
our hospital.
All right. This is a valid contribution.
Okay, ma. I have a contribution.
All right.
Building schools for the special needs children. I don't know if the government has any, but so far I know that a lot of missionary schools are put in place for the special needs children, the visually impaired, speech impaired, and the likes. And then they've given them an opportunity to go out there and learn and unlearn. And also when it comes to inclusion, when these children are done with whatever it is they have learned there, they come back to the society. Some of them learn craft like tiling, some of them learn how carpentry, some of them learn beading, some of them learn, and people, call them for jobs and they are included in the society. They feel like, in as much as I am speech impaired, people, they carry out jobs and they are being paid for what they have learned. So I think that under this point too, this is also an example of inclusive and equitable society.
Yes, and I think when we were talking earlier, we talked of a disabled government. Is it not at Api in Makurdi here? In Benue?
Hospital too.
Did we not make mention of disabled center at
Okay,
Api
yes.
where I said the lady
Yes.
made bags?
Yes.
What did we call it?
There is a Benue State Rehabilitation Board.
That is what I want you to mention under this government rehabilitation board. Fine. So when you are discussing sustainable social development in action, these are the examples where a blind has been given a special assistance, position of a special assistant by the governor. Yes, it's good. Somebody wanted to talk, sorry.
And
No, I mean,
the
schools in
facility that is built at teaching hospital for children with special needs.
Yeah. Yes. That's good. That's correct. Yeah. So
I think another contribution, let us also look at where I think for a very long time now, this particular administration has employed the youth as assistants, and even a woman is the SSG, the state secretary government to the state, is led by a woman, and 75 to 80% of appointees of this particular government is the youth. If really this is put in place, I guess by the grace of God, the next 5, 10, 20, or even 50 years, there will be a reasonable and remarkable development. Because if you see with the youth in place, they are doing things. If you look at, if you go like the quality education person, Francis, look at what he's doing in education. He is doing well. And if you go to even Subeb, the lady, the young Edo there, she's also reviving those areas. So we believe that there's a lot of inclusiveness in terms of even this government that will bring development. And if that development is being sustained, it will take us to a better place and a higher height, more than what we are today. Thank you.
Yeah. But this example about
exactly.
Is it under gender
Sorry, ma,
equality
can I say
now?
something? Sorry, ma, can I say something?
Is it actually under creating inclusiveness, giving a youth a position? Is it actually under inclusiveness? Yeah.
Yes, it's under inclusiveness. Reason being that the politicians in those days, they only take the elderly. Why we the young people will always listen to this thing that tomorrow is for the young. We are leaders of tomorrow. They will have never been given any opportunity to be leaders of that tomorrow that we have been craving for. But when this government comes in, he is now telling us and showing the people that really the youth are leaders of tomorrow. That is why he has given an inclusiveness in terms of the young in his government, not only the elderly that are participating in this government. That's why I look at it that there's inclusiveness in terms of opportunities of this nature.
Yes, the inclusiveness. So I just wanted to make us know the clear difference between this inclusiveness and gender. You know, when they say gender, it has to do with the sex roles, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is women. We are specific with the women. Is that okay?
Gender, both men and women, they are all genders.
Yes, it's both men and women.
It's just that the women are more vulnerable.
Talk about it. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Please, let me buttress his point and then tilt it towards women.
Okay. But wait, let me land. Why the inclusiveness have to do with other people as well? But when we are talking of gender, I tell you, whether you take it or not, when we talk of gender equality, we are focusing more on women. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes,
understood.
the women have it more on this point, but in the inclusiveness, just like the other participants have said, the youth is in the inclusiveness, the disabled is in the inclusiveness. Is that okay? And any other group of persons. Okay, go on.
Okay, ma. So I also wanted to point out that in the area of gender equality, we have a woman as our SSG, which is the first, and then the numerous DGs, Director General, who before now were places where only men were posted. Although having said that, I also want to throw a spanner in the definition of the youth as he's capturing it. Some of the people, they're actually young, but then they are not youth. Then the UN definition of youth said 30. We have moved it to be 35. Some of the people they are actually young, they are young men, but then they are not youth.
Excuse me, you
Thank
say
you.
the definition is what? Age 30?
Is between 35 and below.
Okay.
No,
yes.
no,
So
that is
anybody
not
who
what. No. The UN definition of a youth, the UN definition of youth has to do with 18 years to 25 years. It's not even up to 30.
Okay,
but
it's
we
not
in
up to that.
Nigeria,
Okay.
no, we
So
in
let's
Nigeria, we don't
yes.
follow that trend. We are looking at the youthful people as from age 18 to even 45.
Okay, ma.
Yes.
Let's not burden ourselves with that age of the youth and all that now. But I just want
let's go on.
my own input on this creating inclusive and equitable society. I don't want to narrow to the individual person, even though the individual person is the human capital in the sustainable development. But I also want to extend it to local communities. Like for instance, in Nigeria now, talking about North Central Development Commission, so that it's a platform created to boost development within the North Central region, just like is found in other regions like the Niger Delta Development Commission and other parts. So local communities at their levels to include the government or policymakers should not marginalize them, should not line them in the benefits that are to be given to them. Certain developmental projects should be cited in those areas so that these people too can benefit, which I just mentioned, like this North Central Development Commission. So if eventually this is set to roll very well, it is a channel that will enhance development within this our local community of North Central region.
Okay, very good on that. But I hope we are all carried along on the sustainable social development in action, creating inclusive and equitable society. The first few speakers have directly given us examples. Is that okay?
Okay, ma. So let me give another example in the private sector. Okay.
An example in the private, that would be the last, so that I reach where I want to reach.
Okay.
All right, okay. On the promotion, back to promotion, gender equality and women's empowerment, I didn't conclude by this statement. This has to do with ensuring that women have equal rights and opportunities to participate in all aspects of society. Coming to creating inclusive and equitable society, it has to do with addressing systematic inequalities and creating opportunities for all, including the marginalized group, of which you gave examples of. Now, going to building resilient communities. What is the place of this in action? Building resilient communities for sustainability. Examples that we
okay,
can
ma.
pick on.
So talking about building resilient communities, particularly for, let me give one for government, where Novus Bank, for instance, is It's a microfinance bank owned by the state government. They are now having what they call a cooperative society, where particularly that are women organized, women led. Women now form this cooperative society. Loans are given for them to do businesses or farm. This helps them in breeding resilience and then absorbing the shock of the economic hardship that we are currently facing in the country. And then private sectors, NGOs are also replicating same. Then in agriculture, they are now having what we call smart agriculture, where before a hectare of land used to cover just, let me say, you harvest and have only 7 bags. Now you can have more than that, because how we used to plant, there are innovations. NGOs are now bringing in innovations to ensure that the land space that we used back then, we now use smaller land spaces while achieving more yield. Thank you.
My battery is telling me low. Oh, I hope it doesn't shut down completely. We are 40 minutes into the 1 hour left. That's 20 minutes left for us. I'm just telling us in case it finally goes down. I might switch to my phone, but you may not have the slides. All right, building resilient communities. How many of us here are active? I hope we have quite a number of people here.
Yes, I'm active too.
Get to come now.
That's it.
You see, that is part of it too. And people with one voice, what I just said is a cohesive, what do we say it now? How do I put it now? A cohesive slogan for a particular people, community, whom they identify themselves as together and team, and they are ready to do everything to protect and sustain their environment. Hello?
Hi.
Yes. And such people, we have community associations like in our this thing down is ZEV Development Association, in where I come from. I think we have such in our communities.
Yes.
That there are few persons who are not few, but the entire community, either by election of representatives, by representing the entire, who will think of how our society can progress. True or false?
True.
Yeah. So promoting social cohesion, strengthening local governance, and developing effective disaster preparedness and response strategies. Even here we have things like, though silently on a silent note, we have groups within our communities, like the vigilante groups. They are there for resilient community, to resist disaster or anything coming external against us, to spoil that which we have done, isn't it?
It is.
Yes. And we have groups like what now again? Vigilante group, what again? You know them. I'm looking, what kind of such groups that are there? The militias, the militia, how do we call it?
Militants.
Hello?
Hi.
I said, how do we even call it? Is it militia or what? How do we call
militia.
it? Militia. They are there to also defend the community against external attacks, isn't it?
It is.
Because during external attacks, your development will be scattered, things will be broken, hospitals, schools will be trodden down, isn't it?
It is.
So under this point, promoting social cohesion, strengthening local governance, and developing effective disaster preparedness, and response strategies. So these are examples in action of building resilient communities to sustain our development. Now, we have, last but not the least, supporting sustainable livelihoods. And this has to do with creating economic opportunities that are fair, sustainable, and environmentally responsible. My participants, whom you talk of cooperatives, I think it comes under this point. Hello?
Hi.
Are we all there again?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, we are.
Someone
Yeah,
talked about cooperatives.
Sorry.
Yes, ma. I was the one that spoke about it.
I say it fits best under this point. Supporting sustainable livelihoods. Yes. Creating economic opportunities. Hey, let's mute. Let's mute. Hello, can we mute? Who is the person giving us noise? All right. So under this point, it has to be with creating economic opportunities that are fair, sustainable, and environmentally responsible. Now, next point we will discuss before we land is difference between social development and sustainable social development. Please, I will be running through now. Does anybody want to say anything?
Yeah, I wanted to get more clarification on that building resilient community. I'm not sure if I actually understood your explanation very well. Could you more light on it?
I said building resilient communities. It means promoting social cohesion to ensure that the people are, as a team, working. Let the people see themselves as a team, not divided. Promoting social cohesion, strengthening local governance, ensuring that everybody in the community has a say. He's not sidelined. By this, they will own their society and own their resources and own any form of development among them. And then this resilience is also to have them prepared against external attacks that may want to hammer or hinder or devour their development. So I was now
a kind of capacity to adapt and recover during adversity. Okay.
Yes, for the last point, yes. That's why I was talking of vigilante groups, militia, and then a team form of belonging that I was giving a slogan in TIF, how they said that to show that they were together. They were not divided, unlike what we are seeing now.
Thank you. We can progress.
So please, in case my phone shuts down, my laptop shuts down, then we are done for today. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is everybody listening?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are not having another class after now because we went 3 hours at a stretch. All right. So the difference between social development and sustainable social development, I began with it in the class and I said it will still come up, and I don't think we will overlash the matter here. Social development aims at raising the quality of life of only present generation, whereas sustainable development aims at raising the quality of life of both present and future generations without threatening natural endowment and environment. I hope that is taken. I don't need to overlog it.
You're fast.
I'm too fast?
Yes, ma'am.
Because her battery is trying to go down.
Okay, so I will slow down. What I have even rounded up. I've even almost rounding up for today. So now I don't want to rush, so that wherever we stop, we're already there. So now, my brother, what is your name? You that said I am fast. What is your name?
My name is Kuti.
Eh?
My name is Tete.
Tete.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Tete.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want any of my students to be left out. So, from the beginning of the class, were you here?
No, ma'am. I actually joined the class late. I thought there was no class. Not until.
No wonder. So you are pulling us back. No wonder. So that is why I was running over this.
At this point, I think I'm interested in this very topic you are taking. I've been following from here.
Please, can you mute? Who are those who are not unmuted? Please mute.
At least from this point, I'm finding your class very interesting.
You will have to find it interesting because we are all interesting people.
All right, ma'am.
Okay, Tete.
Ma.
I knew you came in at the mid of the class because
yes.
I think everyone that was here at the beginning understand this slide, and that is why I was passing over it. But to carry you along for 1 minute, please, can somebody tell us the difference between social development and sustainable social development, please, in a short sentence so that Tete can be carried along? Can someone make a distinct difference, please? Up to you.
Social development is a development that
social development
present, while sustainable development is development that encompasses the present and the future, the present without compromising the future generation's own development.
Tete, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
What have you heard him say?
Ma, the voice is actually breaking. I couldn't hear him well.
Okay, can you repeat yourself? The person who answered Tete.
Okay, I said social development is development that focuses on the present, while sustainable development is a development that encompasses both the present and the future. Without any form of compromise for the future generation.
That's taken, ma.
All right. So that is why the slide. Okay. So can you read the slide? Tete, read out the slide for us so that we can push from here.
Okay. He said social development aim at raising the equality of life of only present generation, whereas sustainable social development aim at raising the quality of life of both present and future generations without threatening natural endowment and environmental. Endowment and environmental.
An environment, please.
Okay, sorry, man, environment.
So, do you have a glimpse of the difference now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. One has to do with just the present, while the other has to do with both present and future. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So, don't come late to class again, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, here we are looking at the breakdown of their differences on this slide. Now, focus for social development says enhancing individual and social well-being through social programs and initiatives. For the present, I didn't put that, but you should know that it's for the present. Is that okay?
Yes.
Why the focus for sustainable social development is building a society that is not only socially just and prosperous, but also environmentally sound and economically viable for the long term. So this is the difference based on focus. Now, the goal for SD, which is social development, says creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. That is the goal, that you bring out the best in you at the present. Now, the SSD, Sustainable Social Development, says ensure that present generations' needs are met without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own. That is the goal for a sustainable social development. All right, that is clear, isn't it?
It is.
Now, examples for SD: investing in education, healthcare, social security, job, community development, etc. Examples for SSD is promoting sustainable consumption, production practices, ensuring environmental production, and integrating social, economic, and environmental goals to development plan. That is, it looks at integrating the social, economic, environmental into its development plan for both the present and the future. Not just investing in education, healthcare, and the others separately, but interlinking them. Oh, no, this is not for today. All right, so on this note, I think for today, we have come to the end of what we have to discuss for today. Any questions? We have 6 minutes to go.
This is wonderful.
Or any contribution? So please, on the note of investing in education, please, let's invest. This matter is on my mind. Let's invest in our extended family members, please.
Yes, ma. Okay, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Please, let's not be selfish. Oh, you are doing harm to yourself.
Thank you, ma.
Your children will suffer. They will not have somebody that they will lighten their yoke. They will take the yoke only upon themselves as the only enlightened person in the family, and who is also a worker who earns or who is earning good money. So please, let's endeavor to sustain our families by investing in education in the lives of our extended family members. So any other contribution or on this note, I say see you tomorrow. See you 10 o'clock.
Thank you, ma. Right. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, ma.
Yes.
Goodbye, ma.
All
Till
right.
tomorrow.
Thank you very much,
All
ma.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Classes today.
But if people told me that the link normally goes off, why didn't it go off today?
But
They are not aware, man. The link does the link doesn't go off, particularly if the person that created it is still the admin.
Okay, so tomorrow if this happens,
it was set
it's not
at
in the
unlimited.
Hello.
Okay.
Ma, you can actually make it 3 hours straight.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, can you hear me?
All right.
Yes,
We can hear you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome, HOD.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, so thank you for the delivery of the lecture. It was well done. To students, the announcement I have is that you are supposed to start contacting your supervisors to start your project now. I am sure you have seen the names against your name. So please contact them so that you can start your project. Thank you so much.
Welcome,
And
sir.
till tomorrow.
Thank you, HOD. So
Sorry.
tomorrow I may need to pause the
Not
class
all of us
myself.
have seen the name.
Yeah, we have seen the name, but most time the
Not all of us
contacts
have seen the names.
we've seen the name, but the contacts are not provided.
Okay.
And not
Okay,
all
what
of
I'm
us have
saying
seen the
is,
names.
tomorrow I may need to pause the class myself if this case happens.
Yes, ma, so that you can charge your system, and we too.
Yeah, you will rest. It's not easy.
Yes,
Thank you.
not
Bye.
easy, ma. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. I'll put on my video tomorrow so that you see my face.
It's okay, ma.
At the end of the lecture, anyway.
All right, ma.
Thank
okay.
you, ma.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
ma. All right. Good afternoon, class.
Afternoon.
All right. And we thank you all for your patience. I actually contacted the HOD to know whether we should continue, and then I think he doesn't have an issue with that. Although maybe for some people who were complaining about the break, maybe next time we might need to tell her to give us that break, right? Okay. That we will discuss more. Then again, for us who are saying they did not see their names on or their project supervisors' names against their own names, check on the Excel sheet that was sent when we got our admissions. You scroll it to your right, and then you will see it. You have a project supervisor, and then there's a co-project supervisor. That means you have two.
Okay.
Please, can you resend
Yes.
the link or whatever? Can you resend it? Because some of us came late on this platform.
Okay, I will.
We're added
Okay,
lately.
I will push it to. I will push it to our only student WhatsApp group so that. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, I will push it there. Then and again, guys. Okay, some people have already left, but then we still have some people here. We have somebody who is bearing iPhone. Recall that the HOD said we should all change our names to our real names so that they'll be able to take attendance. If they come, nobody will know who is iPhone. And then it will also help us to identify each other. Then Rosemary, you contributed so well, but then it's only one name that you have here. Please let's change it to our full name so that we'll be able to identify each other. Victor too has only one name.
It's taken.
So please let's change it so that we.
Because Rep, I mentioned something which the HOD acknowledged. I think there should be a follow-up. The contacts of the supervisors should be made available, because if we don't have their contact, it will be difficult contacting them. So they just mentioned their names. There's no provision for their contacts. So I think that was an oversight from them. So I mentioned it.
Yes, actually.
So please.
Okay, I will do a follow-up, sir.
More so that if we will appreciate it if we see our supervisor, if you can send the link through the WhatsApp group, so that it will be more accessible.
Which link is that, sir?
No, he will forward it now. That Excel list, that Excel, he will forward it so that everybody will see it.
I will forward the Excel list to the group. So you will scroll to your right, and then you will see it. Then I will also follow with the HOD to get a list that has
all their contacts.
So that yes.
Excuse me. Concerning the link for the WhatsApp group, please. The one you sent for me, I couldn't access it. I don't know. Maybe you resent
please.
it.
Okay, I don't know your number, so just chat me, and then I will see how I can add you.
Okay.
That's Mimido, right?
Yes.
Chat me, please.
Please, do we have any other lecture?
No, there is no lecture. She has completed her 3 hours, so we are done for today.
Okay, we are done for today, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 2 o'clock. But if you like book too much, you can still come.
All right now, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.